The morning sun cast long shadows across downtown Phoenix as Maya Rodriguez adjusted her glasses and hurried toward the research facility where she worked as a biochemist. Little did she know that this Tuesday would be the last normal day humanity would ever experience. Across the city, Jessica Thompson was finishing her early morning jog, her athletic frame moving effortlessly through the empty streets, unaware that her enhanced reflexes and strength would soon become humanity's greatest weapon. Meanwhile, in a high-rise apartment, telecommunications expert Zoe Williams was monitoring unusual electromagnetic readings that had been appearing on her equipment for the past week, strange patterns that seemed to pulse with an almost organic rhythm. The three women had never met, but fate was about to intertwine their lives in ways none of them could imagine. The first signs of chaos erupted at 10:47 a.m. when emergency broadcasts began flooding every screen and radio across the nation. Reports poured in from major cities about people attacking others with savage, mindless fury, their victims rising minutes later with the same horrifying hunger. Maya watched in horror from her laboratory window as crowds of people stumbled through the streets below, their movements jerky and unnatural, their eyes vacant yet filled with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The government's initial response was swift but inadequate, as conventional weapons seemed to barely slow the advancing hordes of the infected. Jessica had been in the middle of her workout routine at the local gym when the emergency broadcasts began. As panic spread and people fled in terror, she noticed something extraordinary happening to her body. Her muscles seemed to respond faster than ever before, her senses became incredibly sharp, and when a group of infected burst through the gym's glass doors, she found herself moving with superhuman speed and strength. With a single punch, she sent one of the creatures flying across the room, its body crashing through concrete blocks that should have been immovable. Other survivors stared in amazement as Jessica effortlessly lifted fallen debris to create barricades, her power seeming to grow stronger with each passing moment. Zoe's apartment had become an impromptu command center as she used her technical expertise to monitor communications across the country. The electromagnetic readings she had been tracking suddenly made terrifying sense as she realized they were somehow connected to the zombie outbreak. Her fingers flew across multiple keyboards as she attempted to trace the source of the signals, discovering that they originated from several underground facilities that didn't appear on any official government maps. As she delved deeper into classified networks, using skills that bordered on the supernatural, she uncovered evidence of experimental programs that had been developing both the virus and something called Project Athena, a classified initiative that had been secretly testing ways to enhance human capabilities in case of global catastrophe. The three women's paths converged when Maya's research facility became overrun with infected, forcing her to evacuate with crucial data about the virus's composition. Her scientific mind raced as she analyzed the biological markers, realizing that the infection wasn't just creating mindless zombies but was systematically rewriting human DNA in ways that defied conventional understanding. As she fled through the city's underground tunnel system, she encountered Jessica, who was leading a group of survivors to safety with her incredible physical abilities. The two women quickly formed an alliance, with Maya providing scientific insight while Jessica used her powers to clear paths through the infected hordes. Zoe's technological prowess became apparent when she managed to establish contact with the two women through a secure communication network she had created by hijacking cellular towers across the region. Through encrypted channels, she shared her disturbing discoveries about Project Athena and revealed that the three of them weren't random survivors, but had been unknowingly selected as part of the secret program years earlier through seemingly routine medical checkups and blood tests. The electromagnetic signals she had been tracking were activation codes designed to awaken dormant genetic modifications that had been lying dormant in their systems. Modifications that were meant to create super soldiers capable of defending humanity against existential threats. As the first day of the apocalypse drew to a close, the three women realized they represented something unprecedented in human history. Maya's intellect had been enhanced to process complex biological and chemical information at superhuman speeds. Jessica's physical capabilities had evolved far beyond normal human limits, and Zoe's connection to electronic systems had become almost telepathic in nature. The zombie outbreak wasn't just a random catastrophe but appeared to be the first phase of something much larger and more sinister. Military communications that Zoe intercepted suggested that similar outbreaks were occurring simultaneously across multiple continents, all following the same pattern and timeline. The infected weren't just mindless monsters but seemed to be evolving, becoming more organized and strategic with each passing hour. As night fell across the devastated city, The three women prepared for a battle that would determine not just their own survival, but the fate of the entire human race, knowing that their newfound abilities might be humanity's only hope against an enemy that was growing stronger and more intelligent by the hour. The second day of the apocalypse began with an eerie silence that made the devastation even more unsettling. Maya had spent the night analyzing blood samples from the infected using makeshift equipment in an abandoned medical clinic, her enhanced intellect allowing her to process complex genetic sequences that would have taken teams of scientists weeks to understand. What she discovered sent chills down her spine as she realized the zombie virus wasn't just reanimating dead tissue but was systematically rewriting the infected's neural pathways to create a collective intelligence. Meanwhile, Jessica had been using her superhuman strength to fortify their temporary shelter, easily moving concrete barriers and steel beams that would have required heavy machinery, when she noticed something disturbing about the infected gathered outside. They weren't wandering aimlessly anymore but were standing in perfect formation, as if waiting for orders from an unseen commander. Zoe's fingers danced across her improvised command center of laptops and hijacked communication equipment as she intercepted increasingly sophisticated signals emanating from the zombie hordes. The electromagnetic patterns had evolved overnight, becoming more complex and organized, resembling military coordination protocols rather than random biological impulses. Through her enhanced connection to electronic systems, she could almost feel the digital consciousness emerging from the infected masses, a hive mind that was learning and adapting at an exponential rate. Her discovery became even more alarming when she detected similar signal patterns originating from government facilities that were supposed to be conducting rescue operations, suggesting that the infection had reached the highest levels of authority. The three women's first real test came when a coordinated attack struck their location at dawn. Unlike the chaotic scrambling of the previous day, the infected moved with military precision, using flanking maneuvers and tactical formations that would have impressed seasoned generals. Jessica's enhanced reflexes allowed her to anticipate their movements, her body moving with fluid grace as she fought off dozens of attackers simultaneously. Her strength had grown even more pronounced overnight, and she found herself able to leap incredible distances and punch through solid concrete walls with ease. But what truly amazed her companions was her developing ability to sense the infected's intentions before they acted, as if her enhanced capabilities included some form of precognitive awareness. Maya's scientific mind worked frantically to understand the biological mechanisms behind the zombies' rapid evolution while simultaneously developing potential countermeasures. Her enhanced intellect allowed her to visualize complex molecular structures and predict how different chemical compounds would interact with the virus, leading her to synthesize a temporary deterrent using common pharmaceutical supplies. The substance didn't kill the infected but created a localized electromagnetic field that disrupted their coordination, causing them to revert to their more primitive, disorganized state. However, she realized this was only a temporary solution as the virus continued to adapt and evolve, requiring increasingly sophisticated countermeasures. As the day progressed, Zoe made a breakthrough that changed everything they thought they knew about the outbreak. By tracing the source of the coordination signals deeper into classified networks, she discovered that Project Athena hadn't been designed to create super soldiers to fight zombies, but rather to create enhanced humans who could control and command the infected. The zombie virus was meant to be a weapon, with enhanced individuals serving as field commanders who could direct the infected hordes against enemy populations. The three women weren't just random survivors with activated abilities but were meant to be the virus's generals, their enhanced capabilities designed to interface directly with the hive mind controlling the infected masses. This revelation took on terrifying new dimensions when Zoe detected other enhanced individuals across the country who were actively coordinating zombie attacks against civilian populations. These corrupted, enhanced humans had either been turned by the virus or had willingly joined forces with whatever organization was behind the outbreak. Their electromagnetic signatures showed they were using abilities similar to Maya's, Jessica's, and Zoe's but were directing them toward destructive rather than protective purposes. The scope of the conspiracy became clear as intercepted communications revealed that the outbreak was a carefully orchestrated global reset, designed to eliminate most of humanity while leaving a small population under the control of enhanced individuals who served the project's mysterious architects. The day's most harrowing moment came when the three women realized they were being hunted by one of these corrupted, enhanced individuals. Ashley Morgan, a former military officer whose abilities had been activated months earlier, appeared on Zoe surveillance feeds leading a battalion of perfectly coordinated infected toward their location. Her enhanced tactical intelligence made her a formidable opponent, and unlike regular zombies, she retained full human consciousness while commanding absolute loyalty from the infected hordes. Through intercepted radio communications, they learned that Ashley had been tasked with either recruiting them into the project's ranks or eliminating them as potential threats to the New World Order. As her forces surrounded their shelter with mathematical precision, Maya, Jessica, and Zoe prepared for their first encounter with an enemy who possessed abilities equal to their own but had chosen to use them for humanity's destruction rather than its salvation. The confrontation with Ashley Morgan began at precisely noon when her coordinated assault forces struck from 3 directions simultaneously. Jessica's enhanced senses detected the approaching threat minutes before the attack, her body instinctively knowing that this enemy was different from the mindless infected they had faced before. Through the reinforced windows of their makeshift shelter, the 3 women watched in horror as Ashley stood atop a nearby building, her arms outstretched as if conducting an orchestra, while hundreds of infected moved in perfect synchronization below her. The zombies didn't stumble or shuffle but marched with military discipline, their vacant eyes somehow more focused and purposeful than any they had encountered previously. Maya's enhanced intellect immediately began analyzing Ashley's electromagnetic signature through Zoe's equipment, recognizing patterns that matched theoretical models she had developed for enhanced human virus integration. What she discovered was deeply disturbing. Ashley hadn't been turned into a zombie but had achieved a symbiotic relationship with the virus, allowing her to maintain her human consciousness while gaining direct neural access to the infected collective. Her brainwaves showed she was essentially functioning as a living router, processing and distributing commands to thousands of infected simultaneously while retaining her tactical training and enhanced abilities. Zoe's technological connection allowed her to tap into Ashley's command frequencies, and what she heard through the electromagnetic chatter made her blood run cold. Ashley wasn't just following orders but was actively recruiting for something called the Convergence, a planned event where all enhanced individuals would join together to complete humanity's transformation. Through encrypted channels, Zoe intercepted communications revealing that enhanced individuals like themselves were scattered across the globe, with some choosing to fight the infection while others had embraced their role as shepherds of the New World Order. The first wave of Ashley's assault came through the building's lower levels, with infected moving in formations that resembled Special Forces tactics rather than zombie behavior. Jessica descended to meet them, her superhuman strength allowing her to tear through reinforced doors and concrete barriers as if they were paper. But these infected were different from those they had previously encountered, moving with coordination and purpose that made them far more dangerous opponents. When Jessica struck one down, the others immediately adapted their approach, learning from their fallen comrades' defeat and adjusting their attack patterns accordingly. Maya worked feverishly to develop a more permanent solution to the electromagnetic coordination system, her enhanced mind processing complex biochemical interactions at superhuman speed. She realized that the virus had evolved beyond simple reanimation and was now functioning as a biological quantum computer, with each infected individual serving as a processing node in a vast network. Her breakthrough came when she discovered that the electromagnetic frequencies controlling the infected operated on the same wavelengths that connected the enhanced individuals to their abilities, suggesting that their powers and the zombie virus shared the same technological foundation. As Jessica fought on the lower levels, displaying abilities that seemed to grow stronger under pressure, Zoe detected something unexpected in Ashley's command signals. Hidden beneath the coordination frequencies were traces of genuine human emotion, suggesting that Ashley might not be as completely converted as she appeared. The corrupted enhanced woman was transmitting brief bursts of what could only be described as distress calls, as if some part of her human consciousness was fighting against the viral influence that had taken control of her abilities. The battle intensified when Ashley herself entered the building, moving with enhanced speed and strength that rivaled Jessica's own capabilities. But unlike Jessica's defensive use of her powers, Ashley wielded her abilities with calculated brutality, having been trained to use them as weapons of war. The 2 enhanced women clashed in combat that shattered concrete walls and bent steel beams, their superhuman capabilities turning their fight into something resembling a battle between mythological beings rather than ordinary humans. During the confrontation, Maya made a crucial discovery about the nature of their enhanced abilities. By analyzing the electromagnetic patterns generated during Jessica and Ashley's fight, she realized that their powers weren't just random genetic modifications but were specifically designed to interface with advanced technology hidden in facilities around the world. The enhanced individuals weren't just super soldiers but were meant to serve as biological keys to unlock whatever systems Project Athena had been developing, with their abilities serving as authentication protocols for technology that could reshape human civilization. Zoe's attempt to disrupt Ashley's connection to the infected horde revealed the true scope of the conspiracy they were fighting against. As she traced the command signals back to their source, she discovered a vast network of underground facilities connected by quantum communication systems that operated independently of conventional infrastructure. These facilities weren't just producing the zombie virus but were manufacturing enhanced individuals on an industrial scale, with thousands of people being processed through genetic modification programs disguised as routine medical procedures. The third day's most shocking revelation came when Ashley's control momentarily faltered during her battle with Jessica, allowing her true personality to surface briefly. In those precious seconds of clarity, she revealed that the zombie outbreak was just the first phase of a much larger plan designed to test and catalog enhanced individuals across the globe. Those who proved useful would be recruited into the organization behind Project Athena, while those who resisted would be eliminated along with the rest of unenhanced humanity. As her viral programming reasserted control, Ashley delivered a chilling warning that the real architects of the apocalypse would soon reveal themselves, and when they did, the choice between joining them or facing extinction would be offered only once. Ashley's momentary return to consciousness had lasting consequences that none of them anticipated, as her brief warning triggered a cascade of events that would reshape their understanding of the entire apocalypse. In the aftermath of their brutal confrontation, Jessica discovered that her physical contact with the corrupted enhanced woman had somehow created a temporary neural link between them, allowing her to access fragmented memories that Ashley had been trying to suppress. Through these stolen glimpses, Jessica witnessed horrifying scenes of massive underground complexes where thousands of people were being systematically processed through genetic modification chambers, their screams echoing through sterile corridors as scientists in hazmat suits monitored their transformation into enhanced beings. Maya immediately recognized the significance of this development when Jessica described the memories, realizing that their abilities weren't just isolated enhancements but were part of a vast biological network designed to create a new species of humanity. Zoe's analysis of the electromagnetic residue left behind by Ashley's retreat revealed that the corrupted enhanced woman hadn't been working alone but was part of a coordinated cell of converted individuals who were systematically eliminating resistance across the country. Her tracking of their communication networks showed at least 12 other enhanced operatives moving through major population centers, each commanding their own armies of infected while searching for others like Maya, Jessica, and Zoe. The pattern of their movements suggested they were working toward a specific timeline, with all enhanced individuals being either recruited or eliminated before something called Phase 3 could begin. Through intercepted military communications, Zoe discovered that conventional armed forces had been almost completely overwhelmed, with only scattered pockets of resistance remaining in heavily fortified locations that were running critically low on supplies and ammunition. Maya's scientific analysis of the biological samples they had collected from Ashley during their fight yielded disturbing insights into the true nature of the enhancement process. The viral modifications weren't just creating superhuman abilities but were fundamentally rewriting human DNA to make enhanced individuals compatible with technology that didn't appear to be of terrestrial origin. The genetic markers she identified suggested that Project Athena had been reverse engineering alien biotechnology, using it to create a hybrid species that could serve as intermediaries between human civilization and whatever extraterrestrial intelligence had provided the original templates. Her enhanced intellect allowed her to process the implications of this discovery at superhuman speed, leading her to conclude that the zombie apocalypse wasn't just a human conspiracy but was part of a larger invasion strategy designed to prepare Earth for colonization by beings who couldn't survive in the planet's current biological environment. The three women's abilities continued to evolve as they processed the trauma and stress of their encounters, with each discovering new capabilities that seemed to activate in response to specific threats. Jessica found that her physical enhancements had developed beyond mere strength and speed to include rapid healing abilities that allowed her to recover from injuries that should have been fatal, while also granting her the power to sense the life force of other beings within a significant radius. Maya's intellectual capabilities had expanded to include perfect recall of every scientific journal and research paper she had ever encountered, effectively transforming her into a living database of human knowledge who could synthesize information from multiple disciplines simultaneously. Zoe's technological connection had become so sophisticated that she could interface directly with electronic systems through touch alone, manipulating complex computer networks without the need for traditional input devices. Their growing understanding of their own capabilities led to the development of new strategies for combating the infected hordes and their enhanced commanders. Maya synthesized a more potent version of her electromagnetic disruptor using rare earth elements salvaged from electronic devices throughout the abandoned city, creating a compound that could temporarily sever the connection between enhanced controllers and their infected armies. Jessica learned to use her healing abilities not just for recovery but as a weapon, channeling her life force to create energy blasts that could disrupt the viral network controlling the zombies. Zoe discovered that her technological interface abilities allowed her to hack directly into the biological computers that the infected had become, potentially giving her the power to reprogram their behavioral patterns or even turn them against their enhanced controllers. Their next major discovery came when Zoe successfully traced one of the underground facility networks to a location less than 50 miles from their current position. The electromagnetic signatures emanating from the complex suggested it was not only active but was producing enhanced individuals at an accelerated rate, with new operatives being deployed every few hours to hunt down remaining resistant cells. Maya's analysis of the facility's energy patterns indicated it was powered by technology that operated on principles beyond current human understanding, suggesting that the alien influence behind Project Athena was more direct and immediate than they had initially realized. As they prepared to investigate this facility, Jessica's enhanced senses detected massive movement patterns across the region, indicating that their enemies were mobilizing for a coordinated strike that would either capture them for forced conversion or eliminate them entirely. The realization that they were running out of time to uncover the truth behind the apocalypse drove them to make the dangerous decision to infiltrate the underground complex, knowing that what they discovered there would either provide them with the tools to save humanity or reveal that their species' fate had already been sealed by forces beyond their comprehension. The infiltration of the underground facility began under cover of darkness, with Jessica using her enhanced strength to create a silent entry point through what appeared to be a ventilation system but was actually a sophisticated biological filtration network designed to process atmospheric gases that would be toxic to unenhanced humans. As they descended through the alien-engineered passages, Maya's heightened intellect immediately recognized that the architecture defied conventional physics, with corridors that seemed to bend space itself and walls that pulsed with a faint bioluminescent glow that responded to their presence. Zoe's technological interface abilities allowed her to tap directly into the facility's control systems, revealing a vast complex that extended deep into the Earth's crust, with hundreds of levels containing laboratories, processing chambers, and what could only be described as incubation pods filled with developing enhanced humans in various stages of transformation. The electromagnetic signatures she detected indicated that the facility was operating at full capacity, producing dozens of new enhanced operatives daily while simultaneously coordinating zombie movements across multiple continents through a quantum communication network that connected similar installations worldwide. Maya's scientific analysis of the facility's atmospheric composition revealed traces of gases that didn't exist in Earth's periodic table, confirming her suspicions that the technology behind Project Athena was extraterrestrial in origin. As they moved deeper into the complex, she collected samples of the strange biological materials that comprised the walls and infrastructure, discovering that the entire facility was essentially a living organism designed to reshape human biology according to alien specifications. Her enhanced intellect processed the implications at superhuman speed, leading her to realize that the zombie virus wasn't meant to kill humanity but to serve as a catalyst that would force human evolution in directions that would make the species compatible with extraterrestrial colonizers who required biologically modified intermediaries to survive on Earth. Jessica's growing abilities proved invaluable as they encountered the facility's security systems, which consisted not of conventional guards but of enhanced humans in various stages of conversion who retained enough consciousness to follow complex orders while having their empathy and individual will systematically suppressed. Her enhanced senses allowed her to detect these guardian converts before they could spring their ambushes, while her rapidly evolving combat skills enabled her to neutralize them without killing them, recognizing that they were victims rather than willing collaborators. During one particularly intense encounter, Jessica discovered that her healing abilities could actually reverse some of the viral modifications, temporarily restoring the guards' human consciousness and allowing them to remember their original identities before the enhancement process had begun. The facility's central command center revealed the true scope of the alien invasion strategy when Zoe successfully interfaced with the primary control systems. The entire zombie apocalypse was revealed to be merely the preliminary phase of a three-stage conquest plan designed by an extraterrestrial species that couldn't survive in Earth's current biosphere without extensive terraforming. Phase 1 had been the release of the zombie virus to reduce human population while identifying individuals with genetic markers compatible with enhancement technology. Phase 2 involved the systematic conversion of suitable humans into enhanced intermediaries who could serve as biological bridges between human and alien consciousness. Phase 3, which was scheduled to begin within days, would see the arrival of the actual alien colonizers, who would use the enhanced human network to begin reshaping Earth's entire ecosystem to match their homeworld's environmental conditions. Maya's horrifying discovery came when she accessed the facility's biological archives and found detailed genetic profiles of millions of humans who had been secretly screened through routine medical procedures over the past decade. The selection criteria weren't random but were based on specific DNA sequences that made certain individuals capable of surviving the enhancement process while retaining enough human consciousness to serve as effective intermediaries. What made the revelation even more disturbing was her realization that she, Jessica, and Zoe hadn't been randomly chosen but had been specifically bred for their roles, with their family lineages having been manipulated for generations to produce the exact genetic combinations required for their particular abilities. Zoe's deep dive into the facility's communication networks revealed that similar installations existed on every continent, with the one they were infiltrating serving as a regional coordination center for North America. The electromagnetic traffic she monitored showed constant communication with installations in Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia, all reporting similar progress in their enhancement programs and zombie coordination efforts. Most alarming was her discovery that several installations had already begun Phase 3 preparations, with alien advance teams having been secretly integrated into major population centers months before the zombie outbreak had even begun. The facility's most closely guarded secret was revealed when Jessica's enhanced senses detected a massive chamber deep within the complex that contained what could only be described as a biological computer the size of a city block. This organic supercomputer was revealed to be the central nervous system controlling not just the zombie hordes but the enhanced individuals themselves, serving as a hive mind that could override human consciousness when necessary. Maya's analysis of its structure showed that it was gradually expanding, growing new neural pathways that would eventually allow it to control every enhanced individual simultaneously, effectively transforming them into extensions of a single alien intelligence rather than independent beings with superhuman abilities. Their discovery took on urgent dimensions when Zoe detected incoming signals indicating that Ashley Morgan and her enhanced strike team were approaching the facility, apparently having tracked them through methods that bypassed conventional detection systems, while simultaneously, the organic supercomputer began initiating what appeared to be the preliminary protocols for Phase 3, suggesting that their infiltration had triggered an acceleration of the invasion timeline that would bring the alien colonizers to Earth within hours rather than days. The facility's emergency protocols activated with a bone-chilling alarm that resonated through both audible frequencies and electromagnetic wavelengths, causing the organic walls to pulse with an angry red bioluminescence that made the entire complex feel like the inside of a living, breathing creature. Maya's enhanced intellect immediately recognized the significance of the alarm patterns, realizing that their presence had triggered automatic systems designed to protect the alien technology from discovery by uncontrolled enhanced individuals. Through her rapid analysis of the facility's defensive measures, she discovered that the complex was designed to either convert or eliminate any enhanced humans who weren't already integrated into the hive mind control system, making their situation far more precarious than they had initially understood. Jessica's superhuman senses detected Ashley's strike team approaching through multiple entry points simultaneously, their enhanced abilities allowing them to move through the facility's defenses with the same ease that she, Maya, and Zoe had demonstrated. But unlike their desperate infiltration, Ashley's team moved with the confidence of individuals who belonged in the facility, their neural signatures synchronized with the organic supercomputer in ways that granted them administrative access to security systems and structural controls. Through the facility's shifting corridors, Jessica could sense at least 8 enhanced operatives converging on their location, each possessing abilities that had been specifically tailored for combat and enforcement rather than the defensive and analytical capabilities that she and her companions had developed. Zoe's interface with the facility's systems revealed that the Phase 3 protocols weren't just beginning but were accelerating beyond their original timeline, with the organic supercomputer redirecting massive amounts of energy toward what appeared to be a dimensional gateway system located in the facility's deepest levels. The electromagnetic signatures she detected suggested that the alien colonizers weren't traveling through conventional space but were using the enhanced human network as anchor points for instantaneous transportation across vast cosmic distances. Her horror deepened when she realized that every enhanced individual on Earth was unknowingly serving as a biological beacon, their combined neural energy creating a navigation system that would guide the invasion force directly to major population centers. The first confrontation with Ashley's team occurred in the facility's biological archives, where Maya had been desperately copying critical data about the enhancement process and its potential reversal methods. Two enhanced operatives, their eyes glowing with the same eerie light that emanated from the facility's walls, attacked with coordinated precision that spoke of shared consciousness rather than individual tactical thinking. Jessica's combat abilities had evolved to the point where she could anticipate their movements before they made them, her enhanced reflexes allowing her to fight multiple opponents simultaneously while protecting Maya's vital research work. During the battle, Jessica discovered that her healing abilities could disrupt the neural links that connected the enhanced operatives to the hive mind, temporarily restoring their individual consciousness and causing them to question their actions. Maya's breakthrough came when she successfully isolated the specific neural frequencies that the organic supercomputer used to control enhanced individuals, leading her to synthesize a biological countermeasure that could sever those connections permanently. Her enhanced intellect allowed her to understand the quantum mechanics behind the alien control system, revealing that it operated by creating resonance patterns in human neural tissue that had been modified during the enhancement process. By developing a compound that could disrupt these resonance patterns, she had potentially created a way to free all enhanced individuals from alien control, though the process would be dangerous and could result in the complete loss of their superhuman abilities. As the facility's Phase 3 protocols reached critical stages, Zoe detected massive energy buildups occurring in similar installations worldwide, suggesting that the alien invasion would be coordinated across all continents simultaneously. Her technological interface abilities had evolved to the point where she could perceive the quantum communication network as a vast web of light connecting every enhanced individual on Earth, with the brightest nodes representing the organic supercomputers that served as regional control centers. Through this network, she witnessed the final preparations for an invasion that would see Earth's entire biosphere restructured within days of the aliens' arrival, with unenhanced humans being either converted or eliminated as incompatible with the new environmental conditions. Ashley Morgan's personal confrontation with the three women took place in the facility's central command chamber, where the organic supercomputer's influence was strongest and her connection to the hive mind was most complete. Unlike their previous encounter, Ashley now moved with mechanical precision that suggested her human consciousness had been almost entirely suppressed. Her enhanced abilities focused solely on capturing Maya, Jessica, and Zoe for forced integration into the alien control system. During their battle, Jessica's attempts to use her healing abilities to restore Ashley's humanity revealed that the corruption had progressed to the point where her neural pathways had been physically restructured, making reversal extremely difficult without risking complete brain death. The most shocking revelation came when Maya successfully accessed the organic supercomputer's memory cores and discovered that the alien species behind the invasion had conducted similar operations on dozens of other worlds, each time using the planet's dominant species as intermediaries for environmental transformation before ultimately replacing them entirely. The enhanced humans weren't meant to be partners in colonization but were temporary tools that would be discarded once the terraforming process was complete, their consciousness absorbed into the collective intelligence that served the alien empire's expansion across the galaxy. As Phase 3 protocols reached their final stages and dimensional gateways began opening in facilities around the world, the three women realized they had only minutes to implement Maya's countermeasure before the alien colonizers arrived and made resistance impossible. The dimensional gateways began manifesting as tears in reality itself, creating shimmering portals that defied every law of physics Maya had ever studied, their edges crackling with energy that seemed to bend light and space around them in impossible ways. Through Zoe's enhanced technological interface, they could perceive the alien consciousnesses pressing against the barriers between dimensions, vast intelligences that felt cold and utterly inhuman as they prepared to cross into Earth's reality. The organic supercomputers pulsing intensified dramatically as it channeled enormous amounts of energy to stabilize the gateways, its biological circuits glowing so brightly that the entire facility trembled with power that threatened to tear apart the very foundations of the underground complex. Maya's countermeasure required precise timing and delivery to every enhanced individual simultaneously, but the quantum communication network that connected them also served as the aliens' primary control mechanism, creating a dangerous paradox where using the system to free humanity might also accelerate the invasion process. Her enhanced intellect worked at superhuman speeds to modify the biological compound, creating a version that could propagate through the quantum network like a beneficial virus, spreading from one enhanced individual to another until it reached every person who had been modified by the alien technology. The risk was enormous, as failure would not only doom their mission but would provide the aliens with direct access to her research, potentially allowing them to develop immunity to any future resistance efforts. Jessica found herself facing not just Ashley's strike team but waves of facility security forces that included both enhanced operatives and zombies that had been specifically bred for combat rather than mere infection spreading. Her abilities had evolved to the point where she could channel her life force into devastating energy attacks, but each use of her powers drained her significantly while the facility's organic systems seemed to absorb and redirect that energy towards strengthening the dimensional gateways. During the intense battle, she discovered that her healing abilities could be used in reverse, allowing her to disrupt the biological processes that powered the facility systems, though doing so required her to make physical contact with the alien technology and risk being absorbed into the organic supercomputer's collective consciousness. Zoe's role became critical as she attempted to hack directly into the quantum communication network while simultaneously maintaining their connection to the outside world, where similar battles were being fought at alien facilities across the globe. Through her technological interface, she could perceive other groups of enhanced humans fighting desperately against the invasion, some succeeding in temporarily disrupting their local facilities while others were being systematically overwhelmed by superior numbers and alien-controlled operatives. Her enhanced abilities allowed her to coordinate resistance efforts across multiple continents, turning the scattered fights into a synchronized global rebellion against the alien colonization attempt. The first alien entities began manifesting through the dimensional gateways as beings of pure energy contained within shifting geometric forms that hurt to look at directly, their presence causing reality itself to warp and bend around them as they attempted to establish stable footholds in Earth's dimensional framework. Maya's scientific analysis revealed that these weren't the aliens' true forms but were projection devices designed to prepare Earth's reality for the arrival of their physical bodies, which existed in dimensional states that were incompatible with normal human perception. The energy beings immediately began altering the facility's atmospheric composition, releasing gases that would eventually transform Earth's entire biosphere into something that could support alien life while becoming toxic to unenhanced humans. Ashley's final confrontation with the three women occurred as Maya attempted to release her countermeasure through the facility's quantum network, with the corrupted enhanced woman serving as a direct conduit for the organic supercomputer's attempts to stop them. The battle became a contest not just of physical abilities but of willpower, as Jessica and Zoe worked together to hold Ashley back while Maya raced to complete her modification of the biological compound that could free every enhanced individual from alien control. During the struggle, Ashley's suppressed human consciousness briefly resurged, revealing that she had been fighting the alien influence from within and had actually been trying to slow down the invasion timeline through subtle acts of sabotage that had gone undetected by the hive mind. Maya's countermeasure launched successfully into the quantum network just as the first physical alien forms began manifesting through the dimensional gateways, creating a race between liberation and domination that would determine humanity's fate within minutes. The biological compound spread through the enhanced human network like wildfire, severing alien control links and restoring individual consciousness to thousands of modified humans around the world simultaneously. However, the process also had unexpected consequences, as many enhanced individuals found their abilities either dramatically increased or completely eliminated, while others discovered new capabilities that seemed to represent a fusion of human consciousness with beneficial aspects of the alien technology. The facility's organic supercomputer began convulsing violently as it lost control over its enhanced human network, its biological systems overloading as the energy that had been flowing through thousands of neural links suddenly reversed direction and flooded back into the central processing core. Zoe realized that they had created an opportunity to potentially collapse the entire alien infrastructure by overloading the quantum communication system, but doing so would require them to remain in the facility as it self-destructed, using their combined abilities to ensure that the feedback surge reached every alien installation on Earth. As the dimensional gateways began destabilizing and the first alien colonizers found themselves trapped between dimensions, the three women faced their most crucial decision: escape to fight another day, or sacrifice themselves to strike a blow that could cripple the invasion and give humanity a chance to rebuild and defend itself against future alien incursions. The decision came to them simultaneously as the facility's quantum network began cascading into total systems failure, with each woman understanding that their combined sacrifice could create a feedback pulse powerful enough to collapse every alien installation on Earth while simultaneously giving the freed enhanced humans enough time to organize effective resistance against any future invasion attempts. Maya's enhanced intellect calculated the precise energy requirements needed to overload the dimensional gateway network, while Jessica's evolved abilities would provide the raw power necessary to channel that energy through her life force, and Zoe's technological interface would serve as the conduit that directed the feedback pulse through the quantum communication system to reach installations across the globe. As the organic supercomputer writhed in digital agony and the dimensional gateways flickered unstably, the three women positioned themselves around the central processing core, their hands joining as they prepared to merge their enhanced abilities in a way that would either save humanity or result in their immediate destruction. The feedback pulse began as Maya released every enhancement compound she had synthesized directly into the facility's biological systems, causing the organic walls to convulse violently as alien technology began breaking down at the molecular level. Jessica channeled her life force into the pulse with such intensity that her body began glowing with the same energy that powered the dimensional gateways, her healing abilities working in reverse to systematically disrupt every alien biological component within the facility. Zoe's consciousness expanded across the quantum network with unprecedented scope, her awareness touching every enhanced individual on Earth as she guided the liberation compound through their neural pathways while simultaneously directing the destructive feedback toward alien installations on every continent. Around the world, the effects of their combined effort manifested as enhanced humans suddenly broke free from alien control en masse, their restored consciousness allowing them to turn against the invasion forces with intimate knowledge of alien weaknesses and tactical approaches. Ashley Morgan, still present in the facility's command center, experienced the liberation process firsthand as her human personality reasserted itself completely, her memories of the past weeks returning with crystal clarity along with a desperate need to help Maya, Jessica, and Zoe complete their mission. Despite her weakened condition, Ashley used her enhanced abilities to manually destroy critical components of the organic supercomputer, her actions providing the additional system failures needed to ensure the feedback pulse would reach maximum effectiveness. The dimensional gateways began collapsing in spectacular fashion as the energy that had been holding them open was redirected into the destructive feedback pulse, trapping several alien colonizers between dimensions while severing the connection between Earth and the alien empire's home reality. Maya's scientific mind marveled at the elegance of the solution even as her enhanced consciousness began fragmenting under the strain of channeling forces that were never meant to be controlled by human biology. Through Zoe's network connection, they could perceive alien installations around the world experiencing similar catastrophic failures, with organic supercomputers overloading and dimensional equipment shutting down permanently as the feedback pulse propagated across the quantum communication system. Jessica's life force reached its maximum output as she poured every ounce of her enhanced energy into the pulse, her healing abilities working to keep Maya and Zoe functional even as their own systems began failing under the enormous strain of their coordinated effort. The facility around them began collapsing as the organic supercomputer's death throes caused structural failures throughout the complex, but their combined abilities created a protective barrier that allowed them to maintain their position until the feedback pulse had reached every alien installation on Earth. Through Zoe's diminishing connection to the global network, they witnessed enhanced humans across multiple continents successfully destroying alien technology and beginning the process of hunting down remaining invasion forces. The final moments of their mission came as the feedback pulse reached its crescendo, with alien installations on every continent simultaneously experiencing total system failures that would take decades to repair even if the extraterrestrial empire attempted another invasion. Maya's enhanced intellect began shutting down as her consciousness expanded beyond human limitations, but not before she successfully uploaded her complete research data to every freed enhanced individual on Earth, ensuring that humanity would possess the knowledge needed to defend against future alien incursions. Jessica's life force reached the point of complete depletion, but her final act was to channel her remaining healing energy into Maya and Zoe, giving them a chance at survival even as her own enhanced abilities burned themselves out permanently. Zoe's technological consciousness made the ultimate sacrifice as she used the last of her interface abilities to sever Earth's quantum connection to the alien empire's network permanently, ensuring that the extraterrestrial forces could never again use enhanced humans as anchor points for dimensional travel. As the facility's destruction reached its final stages, Ashley Morgan used her restored abilities to create an escape route for the three women, though whether they would survive the collapse remained uncertain as debris began falling around them and the organic supercomputer's final screams echoed through dimensions. The apocalypse's end came not with humanity's extinction but with the dawn of a new age where enhanced humans, freed from alien control and armed with complete knowledge of the invasion attempt, began rebuilding civilization with the understanding that they were no longer alone in the universe and that their enhanced abilities represented humanity's evolution into a species capable of defending Earth against cosmic threats that would inevitably return.